Hi everybody, Nancy here. I have another tip for today. I may post it tomorrow, but I'm going to show you how to take advantage of the events before layers on and off toggle, which is if I go to the Z and go to configure events, it's down here under show events, scroll down to the bottom and see how it's got events before layers toggled on and off. They both have advantages, and I want to show you how I use them. The thing about my current calendar is, if I go back up, this is how it comes in. Right now I have 3 calendars that I use. I have one that gives me the temperature for the day, one that gives me the scripture reading for the day, and then one that is a scripture, kind of an encouraging thing that I repeat every 7 days, or I repeat it for 7 days so that maybe I can memorize it. But it comes like this because I don't spend a whole lot of time designing my calendar. I pretty much just let it roll until one day I'll get a feather in my cap and I want to do something different, and I will modify it and then freeze it so that other pages are not involved in all this changing that I do. So here's an example. I need to go back because I can't remember. Under configure events, right now the events before layers is turned on. So if I go back and do done, like for this particular day, I decided I don't want that scripture there. I want to highlight it like I did over on the left on that piece of sticky tape. I mean the piece of paper with the sticky stuff on it. Washi tape. Lordy mercy. Okay, and see if I select that and take it over there. See how it's on top? That's what happens when you have that toggled on. You can put something on top of it. You don't have to delete it. I can still have my calendar chosen, but I can just make it a little different. Just something that's not just straight across like this. Just to be different one day. Now, my first thought when I started thinking about this and trying to do things with it was to just use a grab and grab just that portion. But the problem with that is I want it to be something different. See if I tap on it now and I do copy and I double tap, it's going to have that same background, and that's kind of what I'm trying to get away from. Although another thing is that I like to tilt it, slightly. So I could do that and it would be all right, but that wasn't what I was going for. I wanted it to have like a piece of paper under it. And another thing about this particular setup is that the temperature after the day is over, that calendar deletes that event. So tomorrow when I look at this page, that won't be there. So if I want to copy that again, I would do a grab and just do a grab and you get the background paper with it. But I wasn't happy with that. So I tap off and do a copy and I double tap. And I want to do that every day because I do want to keep the temperature for that day. But I don't want it to be that same paper. So what I discovered when I started playing with this was if I go back to that Z and turn that feature off, configure events, and I turn off events before layers. Okay, see what happens is it comes on top, so you see two things. It's not covering anything up, so I need to delete that. So I said, ooh, I know what I can do. If I have a favorite symbol, and let's say for example I want to use this arrow. Now I probably wouldn't because you know, I don't need for it to point in that direction, but I can do this, move it over there under it. Sorry, every now and then you have to hold your mouth just right for this to work. Oh, you know what? I think sometimes it's because, see how much trouble I was having, or you probably couldn't tell, but I'm trying to move that image over and be underneath that temperature. But the problem is, if you look down at the bottom, I don't have the selection menu chosen. So it kept giving me this menu. I don't want the menu. I want just to be able to move it over. So if I now choose the selection tool, now I can easily move it over. I don't know how long it took me to figure that out. But see, now I can put that underneath whatever I'm trying to do and do a grab. Grab. Now, ideally, I would have probably, let me see, instead of doing this, let me tap off, because I don't want to get the background. So let me see if I can do a, I got to select it and do a find boundary shape. Yeah, see, it didn't like that. It did a funny thing over on the bottom. Oh, it's because it's taking care of that shadow, and that shadow comes with that sticker. So what would I do? I'm just trying to create something to grab just that sticker, not the background. But since I see that's not going to work too well, I could still use it. I'm going to select it and do grab, because the grab takes on the shape of the shape. Let me do it again. I select it, I do grab, I move that up to on top. Now I am going to have to do something with that funky corner there, but I'm going to tap off, do copy, double tap to paste. See, that doesn't look bad because I do want a drop shadow, and it's going to be on this page like that. So that's not bad anyway. So I can now, tomorrow, when that disappears, I will have that temperature already. I have saved it. So honestly, the events calendar that I'm using, it goes out pretty far. So I have already done this same thing to probably a week ahead. But when it's on that day, it will do a realistic. It actually was this temperature thing. But see, I love that. Look. And that's the difference. Using that one tool, either you can put it on top or you can put what you're wanting to include underneath it, on or off. Okay? That's it. That's all there is. Hope y'all have a good day here. Bye.